Hey, bruh, they after Caitlin Clark, man.
It's wild.
They got to let her live, bruh. They trying to assassinate her, man.
Yeah, did you see?
She y'all meal ticket. Y'all out there trying to kill her. I don't get it.
Did you see the?
Yes.
This feels like a reckless accusation by Brian. Wrote in on Twitter and said this bleep Jonas was in the fetal position, lashing out with his fellow bleeps, trying to defend his GOAT athlete Kate Clark against her players picking on her. Now, part of that is accurate, and the part that's accurate is it does feel like a concerted effort by at least a large portion of the WNBA to go out of their way to make life hell for their meal ticket. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I do not understand how they're not looking at her and saying, hey, if she's bringing all of this to our league and it's going to mean more money for all of us and it's going to be better for everybody involved, why are we trying to get rid of it? Like, why?
If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'm hiring a dope-ass lawyer, and I'm going to sue and try to own the WNBA.
Oh, yeah,
and then I'm retiring.
Yeah, good move.
Then I'm retiring. Because, honestly, at some point, the brutality on that young lady, it's not okay. It's not okay, man. It's not. It's a sport. Listen, you might be a little jealous of her athletic ability. You know, I get it. I mean, there's a lot that goes into the physicality of playing at the pro level. She knows how to dish it out. That should be stated. She does know how to dish out some physicality as well. But the assertive effort going towards her, Jonas, it's to me, it's to the point now where it's going over the line.
I don't think it's I've heard some people throw out, well, it's a race issue. I don't think it is. I just think it's jealousy. I think it's pettiness. I don't think that it's just a black and white thing. Cedric Maxwell tells this story about when Larry Bird came to training camp the first time with the Celtics, that he was looking at him going, oh, this is going to be easy work. And then after the first practice, he was like, never mind. It just you just realize, oh, Bird's that good. It didn't matter what color he was. He's just that good. That was more, I felt like maybe a little bit of that early on in his career. This just feels like pettiness. It feels like jealousy. And it feels like people that are so narrow-minded in their approach and view of their league and also what it could do for their career. Like this could be great for everybody's career involved, all the other opportunities that could come along with it. And I brought this up before. I think it was Charles Barkley was in an interview, and he said when Magic Johnson signed that big contract he got, the Sixers players were high-fiving in the locker room. They weren't upset. They were happy about it because they looked at that and said, well, if he's getting that kind of money, that's great for all of us. Like that's good for everybody involved. And instead in the WNBA, all they're doing is trying to diminish it. Like they're just trying to stop it before it can really get going. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Everybody's taking shots at her, by the way. It's not a race thing. It's not a black-white thing. It's a Caitlin Clark thing. And with that being said, and listen, I don't watch the WNBA like that. I look for the headlines, I look at the highlights, and I could 100% take a lot of things out of context, so I'm not going to go that deep into it. Just at a surface level, I will say these women hate Caitlin Clark. And you could say, all right, well, you get on the floor, and it's going to be a physical game. Get it. It's the pros. So at that level, it is physical. Get it. But the physicality against Caitlin Clark and the way that it's being executed and the things that I'm seeing, it is 100% a Caitlin Clark thing. Yeah. There's something about Caitlin Clark. Even more so. I think even more so than her game, because her game is serious. Like, she still ends up getting hers in the games. And looking at the stat lines, she's still thriving. But there's something more to it. Now, whatever that is, I don't know. And I don't pretend to know. But there's something more to it, Jonas, as to why these girls are so inflamed by Caitlin Clark. I don't get it. I don't know. Like, is Caitlin Clark the fastest ball player? No. Is she the tallest ball player? No. Is she the prettiest ball player? No. Is she she might, well, the only category that she stands atop of is most talented and most popular. Like, that is where she's at the top of the mountain. And to me, and listen, you can say damn, but I mean, I ain't trying to throw shade, but there are probably more than a ton of girls in the WNBA that look better than Caitlin Clark, just aesthetically speaking. I'm just always one to try to speak my truth. But listen, I think at some point, though, there has to be, like, the whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing. I don't see it as being a Magic Bird thing, because Magic and Bird really were peers. They really were. Like, it really was. They were that good. I think that they're both polarizing figures, but Caitlin Clark is for real the real deal in terms of a game changer as a player. Angel Reese, I get it. She's broken records. She's done some pretty good things when she was a rookie, but I just don't see them being peers in terms of the impact that they're having. And that could be ignorance. And if I get called out on that, that's okay. That could be ignorance. But I just don't see this as if the whole ultimate goal is that Caitlin Clark has taken the league by storm. You want to leverage Caitlin Clark, but to be able to make a villain and a hero scenario where you have these adversaries, these arch enemies that are driving the league, I don't think that's Angel Reese. And so to me, there are other girls in the league, and I get that the whole idea of them coming out in the draft together, they competed at a high level in college. I mean, those girls had really dope teammates. LSU was a dope basketball team, Jonas.
Yeah.
Iowa was a dope basketball team, but nonetheless, there is no mistaking that the difference is LSU was a team that was really good. Iowa was a team that was really good, but Caitlin Clark was easily the catalyst of why that team was really good. I actually watched back then, but I think this is a miss. If they continue to allow this and they don't put a stop to this some way, somehow, which I don't know how they do it, but if they don't put a stop to this and get a hold of these girls doing what they're doing to her, she's going to get hurt bad, for real.
I mean, look,
and that ain't good.
That was legitimate contact last night where she got clawed in the face, and then somebody just came in.
She got blindsided.
Yes.
Which, by the way, while we're talking, you said, is this a racial thing at the beginning of the deal? Those were two white girls.
Yeah.
That was white on white crime.
White on white.
That was white on white.
And there wasn't even
white on white crime.
I don't even think it was like different shades of white. I think they were both like right around the same tint, to be honest with you. As somebody who's pale, I can speak on that. I'll speak that.
Racist.
Truth. That's not racist.
That's all right. Yeah, I said light skin and dark skin in the first hour or so with Pascal and Halliburton. So,
Yeah, but I'm with you, man. I don't understand how there's not more of an uproar or people within the WNBA offices, even if they even have offices. Maybe they just have a couple of cubicles somewhere. Whatever they got, get together and figure out a way to cut the crap. You've got something in your hands that can make everybody else greater, wealthier, bring more eyeballs to the league. This is your golden goose, so to speak, and instead all they're trying to do is diminish it, hurt her, foul her, throw her off her game. If you saw the ratings dip that it took when she was out of games and then she comes back, you've seen the attendance. You've seen the attendance in WNBA arenas everywhere go up. It's not a coincidence, man. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Listening to you, Jonas, you know what it gives me, honestly? Dang. Am I going to do this? This gives me Michael Jordan. Do you remember what they was doing to Mike early on in his career? They were beating his ass. I mean, beating him down. To this degree, which is crazy because maybe not quite as bad with Caitlin Clark, because they were getting at Mike. And Mike had to go into the weight room. Mike had to start working out and lifting weights and getting stronger to be able to deal with, the amount of brutality against her. I think the comparable here, I do believe and I do declare today at 7:13 a.m. in State College, Pennsylvania, at the Latch Building, that Caitlin Clark is a more comparable figure in terms of where she is and what she represents. It is not a comp to make it a Magic and Bird comparison. It's a Michael Jordan comparison. Okay. Because you got a guy that came in and was able to capture everybody's imagination. He had everybody on the edge of their seats. What was he going to do next? And you know what? The Detroit Pistons, they beat him up. The Boston Celtics, they beat him up. These teams beat him up. And that's what Caitlin Clark is getting right now. She came in. She has people on the edges of their seat. She is a polarizing figure. You're looking at someone who is making history in the present moment. You haven't seen a Caitlin Clark to this point, and there's a strong possibility you may never see another Caitlin Clark ever again. You're seeing the beginnings of the same type of meteoric rise that Michael Jordan had when he was in the younger days of his career. That, to me, for women's basketball, the better comp is that Caitlin Clark has the Michael Jordan aura.
And
that's what this is.
And what makes it even worse to that point as well is that when Michael Jordan first came in and there was roughhouse constantly and they were hurting him and he was getting injured and he had to go to the weight room and all that, the NBA was healthy. You still had stars there. It was a healthy product. It was entertaining. It was interesting. You had the Lakers and the Celtics and the Pistons and all these great teams, the Sixers, these great teams. The WNBA had nothing. This was it. You got it. It's right here, and they're clawing her in the face and blindsiding her. The whole thing is puzzling to me. I really do not understand that level of pettiness and jealousy. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But hey.
It's interesting, but it makes for the story because that is more of the story than the WNBA itself, that's even more interesting. Is that you have to drive the storylines. Again, I said it in the first hour, and I'll say it again in hour two. I love football. I love the demographic. I love the entertainment aspect of it. I love the experience of what football creates in media, not just in the game itself, but what it creates in terms of coverage and conversation in media. Give me, for all the people out there that may be judging us on, looking at it from this perspective, give me a better storyline for the WNBA. Where's the other storylines? No other storylines dominate the headlines. Yeah. There are no dominant headlines from the WNBA. You have one. And that's what the sports sports coverage leans into. That's the relevance of it all. You have one. And you're allowing her to get her ass whooped.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's weird.
I don't get it.